The Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's The Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you, and we have got a young man that is a member of one of the greatest rock and roll bands of our time, no doubt about it, and plays with the Grapes. But he's with Blackberry Smoke. How are you, Preston Holcomb?
Doing good. How about you?
Yeah, man, we hanging in here. I'll guarantee you. Glad to have you on here, man. I mean, like I said, everybody loves Blackberry Smoke, and you're one of the guys that kind of keeps everything in time with them. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Love the fan base, man.
Well, y'all staying busy, no doubt about it. So how's it going out there on the road, man, with all the COVID stuff?
You know, some of it's regular, normal kind of stuff, but of course, some shows are a little odd. It depends on the venue. You know, some of them are still grouping everybody together in little pods, and but at least we're not doing the drive-ins like we were doing this time last year. That was definitely weird.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's been rough in the music business. There's no doubt, and you know, I think we talked to Paul the other day, and you know, he said it started out good and it's kind of going back down now. But y'all got a lot of stuff going on. But now you also play. I did not know this. You play with Blackberry Smoke, but now you also play with the Grapes. I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's a band that I helped start back in the mid '80s. It just sort of grew out of a bunch of us local Atlanta deadheads. We were traveling around seeing Grateful Dead shows, and I guess the musicians of the crowd we all merged together and had a bunch of jams over months and months, and eventually myself and the bass player that I've played with in the Grapes since then formed the band in '86, I guess, and we still play once every 2 years. It's kind of logistically hard for all of. There's 8 of us, and so it's not everybody still lives in Georgia. So we just call it a family reunion show and do it once every 2 years down at the Variety Playhouse in Atlanta.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
We still get together and play, but we don't go out and tour or record anymore. So we just do it for the fans and for our own enjoyment, basically.
I'm with you on that. You know, talking about the Grateful Dead, I was friends with Alex Cooley. I don't know if you remember Alex Cooley or not, but he put them on 2 or 3 different times. But he said anytime the Grateful Dead played, you never drank or eat anything behind stage because you would wake up in a different city. I mean, honestly, he said, don't do it.
Yeah, that's true. Funny because Brit and I, the drummer for Smoke, we were talking the other day, and that topic came up, and he said, because he used to work for Alex some back then, and was like did runner stuff and whatnot, and they'd tell him every time they were in town, don't set your drink down, don't drink anything that anybody gives you.
Yeah, that is so funny. I used to love the stories that he tells. So anyway, but golly. You know, Blackberry Smoke, y'all have got so many songs out, man, and I mean, y'all are, would you think it would be, I call it Southern rock, kind of is where I'm at. I mean, is that what you thinking we are with Blackberry Smoke, or it'd be rock, or?
Yeah, I think it's labeled Southern rock. I mean, you're going to have, depending on what you listen to, you're going to hear some country influence, you're going to hear some soul influence, but for the most part, that's what Southern rock is. It's sort of a melting pot of the different styles that everybody listened to, and formulated Southern rock, at least in my head. So, yeah, it's Southern rock.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Well, y'all doing great, man, and I'm tickled to death. You know, I had Ray Wiley Hubbard on, and we were talking to him, and y'all actually in one of your songs, I think, good one coming on, talking about Ray Wiley Hubbard, and that really helped him out because, you know, I've got my boys they're big Blackberry Smoke fans, and then we were going down the road the other day, and he had a Ray Wiley Hubbard song, and I said, how do you even know about Ray Wiley Hubbard? And he said, well, Blackberry Smoke mentioned him, and I thought I'd check him out, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Now something else which is off the music charts a little bit, but now you do you're a model car guy. I mean, you build model cars.
I do. It's something that I still do. You know, back in the 70s, we all built. Everybody that I knew, you know, tried their hand at it.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of the rites of passage as a boy kid back then, was getting some model cars and putting them together and turning them into glue bombs and then taking them out and throwing them at the fireworks or whatever. But I guess I got fairly good at it as a kid, and I've always kept up the hobby off and on. There were times where I put it down and didn't do it for a few years, but yeah, it's one of my hobbies, one of my passions. People think, even my wife is like, how can you do that? But it's a lot of magnifying glasses and stuff like that, because the older I get, the harder it is to see this stuff.
I know that's right. But, you know, you're right, man. Back when we growed up, everybody built model cars. I mean, that was a thing. I mean,
oh, yeah.
And
but you were tending more into the glue, weren't you?
Yeah, we like the glue, too. Yeah. Yeah, we like the glue, too. But back then, it was real glue. It's not none of this stuff for these sissy guys. But, yeah, it was real stuff, you know. But that I remember going to Sky City, man. They had like hundreds of model cars, and I was just like, I'm at heaven, you know.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's harder you got to know where the hobby shops are now. A lot of the stuff that I get, I actually buy from online hobby stores, because the old school hobby shops, they're few and far between anymore.
Yeah.
But the hobby's progressed so much from what it was back then, and just like the real hot rod world, there's now all these cottage industries that make all these aftermarket parts, so you can basically get anything that you want to build whatever you want. It's crazy. It just depends on how much money you want to spend on one.
Mm-hmm.
The kits themselves are a little more expensive than they were back then, but it's pretty much the going rate of inflation. So, but it's a fun hobby. When I have time, I still sit down. I've been so busy this year that I haven't had much bench time, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I've got several model cars that I've bought that I've still got wrapped up. I just don't want to open them. I don't know why. I guess I'm weird, but one of these days.
Yeah, go on and build them. Open them up and build them. I'm an open them up and build them guy.
Yeah.
I won't save them. Yeah.
I'm just like, God, I can't do it. So, but anyway, no, we love Blackberry Smoke. So what do y'all got coming up? Do you know? I mean, it's a lot of times y'all.
Yeah. I'm actually sitting in the bus right now in Little Rock. We just rode into Little Rock this morning from Atlanta. We're headed to play the Born and Raised Motorcycle Festival in Pryor, Oklahoma, Saturday night. So it's the way the drivers have to do on tour buses now. You can only roll 8 or 10 hours, and then the driver's got to stop for 8 hours. So me and some of the guys are on the bus. The rest of the guys are going to fly out since it's just a one-off show for this weekend. We've only got one more fairly lengthy leg left for this year, and then after that it's sort of piecemeal weekends and 3 and 4 days here and there. We've got a week and a half run starting next week that will finish up the Spirit of the South tour shows, except for the Red Rock show, which is at the end of October. That's the actual end of the Spirit of the South run of shows. But we're also mixing in, we're touring for the You Hear Georgia album, our new album. So right now we're in the midst of doing both. We've got 4 more of Spirit of the South shows, and then the rest are supporting the new album. So, we're slowing down for the year, but we've been very busy this year as well. So.
Well, that's good, man. Ain't no doubt about it. Now, you got these bus. I just think, but back in the day, man, you had bus drivers. They could run 24 hours a day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But let me ask something.
They don't let them do it anymore.
You're back there in the back in one of them little places of sleeping at night, and you start hearing the little ribs on the side of the road. You know what I'm talking about? Pop, 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 pop. Does that wake you up?
Well, yeah, it can. You have to sort of get used to bus life. So, and we do roll, and most bands do this. They do all your traveling in the middle of the night, and then wake up, and you're at the next venue.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way it is. So, the trick is trying to you figure out when the bus is supposed to leave, and you jump in your bunk and try and get to sleep before he leaves, so that you're already asleep when he starts rolling.
Yeah. I just think
it's usually a pretty smooth ride.
You hear them pop, 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 pop. You just sit there wait. Okay, is it going to smooth back down, or is it fixing to get really rough?
That's right. If you hear them rumble strips, you got to tense up just a minute and make sure that it comes back up on the lane.
And you don't want to hear, oh, my God.
Hold on, boys. Hold on, boys. Hey, Lordy. That's it.
But, yes, some of the roads these days, though, the road itself will just about bounce you out of the bump. So, no matter how good your driver is, if the road sucks, it still can be a rough ride.
Yeah, you ain't doubt. I know that's right. My daddy got stopped by the state patrol over at North Carolina for not wearing a seatbelt, and Daddy, he said, I realized the seatbelt in North Carolina is to hold you in the seat on these rough roads. It had nothing to do with wrecks.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Hey, I understand these guys were up in my neck of the woods, where I'm originally from. You guys played up in New England this past summer, didn't you?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit up in the Northeast this year.
How's the music received up there?
They love us. There's not many places in the country that I've been since I've been with the band. It's well received everywhere, but yeah, they love us up north. New York, Boston, Pennsylvania. We'll be up in New Hampshire again here in another week or so. So we're headed back up there again next week.
Well, I do the show, and Steven's from this area.
I'm a redneck, man. I'm like you.
So we go back and forth, and people don't seem to understand that people up north like Southern rock music. Yeah. They, the Allman Brothers and all these groups. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad to hear that you had a good reception up there.
Yeah, exactly. If you look back, the Allman Brothers ruled New York.
Yeah.
Back in the Fillmore days, and it's something that is definitely always been popular up north is Southern rock. Go figure.
Honestly,
it's great that it is.
You don't have a Northern Living magazine. We got a Southern Living magazine, not Northern Living.
That's true.
Right.
My mom had a subscription to that when I was growing up. It was in the house every week.
Preston, man, we appreciate you taking a little time out and sharing it with us, and we're listening to you daily. I guarantee it. And y'all get back down this way. Maybe we get to come see you when you're back down here toward. Of course, you live in Georgia, but anyway, like I said, I appreciate you.
Yeah, we're based out of Atlanta. Yeah, our next hometown show will be the day after Thanksgiving at the Tabernacle. So that's our yearly holiday homecoming at the Tabernacle. So tickets are on sale.
All right, man. You be safe out there. Tell everybody we said hello.
Okay, thanks a lot, and y'all have a great day.
Bye, man.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.